I'm going to go to lock all these other layers here once that's all saved, and I'm going to go to my blade layer. We're going to do the fuller last because the fuller goes on top of the blade. So once again, go to the blade, and let's think about what we're going to draw here. So I'm going to grab a rectangle first of all, and just draw out a rectangle like so. Doesn't have to be in any angle at all because we're going to do that with the 3D tool. Then I'm going to draw another rectangle. Let me think here, right about like this. And I'll grab, let's see, I'll grab an ellipse and I'll draw that right about here. Let's select all these shapes and go to our alignment tools. So let me just grab all that. And we're going to align it centered like that so everything's nice and straight. So once again, it's this guy right here. So all the things that we drew separately are nice and neat. I'm going to grab my direct selection tool. I'm going to click on this point or just select it like this. Hold down my shift key on my keyboard and just move this in a little bit so we have a more pointy sword. Then I'm going to click away from it, grab this one, and hold down shift once again and do this to have a nice tip. I'm going to grab all these shapes, and it's time to bring out our friend, Mr. Pathfinder. With the Pathfinder, I'm going to click on this button right here so we can go ahead and group all these guys together so they're all one shape. How amazing is that tool? You just can't live without it, people. I'm going to close these guys now, and it's time to give this guy a fill. So we'll give it a, well, actually we'll give it a fill later. Let's go and make sure we have a gray stroke. Go to Effect, 3D, and this time we don't want a revolve or a rotate. We want an extrude and bevel. Once again, let's go ahead and click our preview button, and we're going to fill it in later. Don't worry about that. So we're not going to have to worry about capping it or anything. We're just going to fill it in and have this take place with a nice gradient. The extrusion depth is way too much. So let's put something like 5 point, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to click on the blade, and I'm going to fill it in with a default gradient like so. And make sure you have the fill chip in front like so. So we have this, and it look how cool it is. It automatically conforms to the pretty much the shape that we have there. And we can always go back and tweak that some more if we want to, just by going to the appearance panel, scrolling down to where it says extrude and bevel, and then putting the preview on, and we can rotate it this if we want to. So I'm going to leave that alone for now because I don't want to actually change this. I like the way that looks. It's a little off, but that's cool. But I'm going to leave that as it is. Now, what I'm going to do at this point is build the gradient as I did before with the leather. So I'm going to go to Window, Gradient, and manually build this and add a little tiny bit of blue in there too so we can have a little bit of a feel of some lighting in there. So I'm going to grab a light blue, drag it right about here, and grab a very light color and put it right about there. Move this black over like so, and move this over, and then move the black over some more like this. And actually that black's a little too intense, so I'm going to grab a gray, drop that on top of that stop like that, and smooth that out a little bit. Take a darker color, put it right here, and just slowly but surely start to build this gradient up until we're happy with it. Grab another blue, throw it right there, and start to rearrange these until I have something that looks like a nice sword. If you have too many stops, just go ahead and throw some of them out. Just pull it down like that to get rid of it. You can definitely go too far with gradients if you're not careful. Okay, so let me just go ahead and pull this over a little bit more. And I want to put a lighter one right in the center, so I'll grab that one and put that there. And I think it's a little over the top, but I pull this one down here a little bit and just keep experimenting until I find something that looks pretty good. Take this one out as well. And be careful, by the way, I always deselect things by mistake. And we'll just take this one and throw that right there. And just a little bit more with the dark color. Okay, so this one looks good. I'm going to now grab the gradient tool itself and then draw to follow the actual angle of this sword, like so. And I can also go this way, sideways, and come up with a metal that looks kind of really cool like this as well. So just experiment until you find a nice realistic looking angle. And you get everything nice and colored. And once you're happy with your gradient, just go ahead and accept that. And I'm going to just try one more time, and I think that one looks good. I'm going to deselect everything and see how it looks. Don't forget, guys, we're going to create layers for shadows. We're going to draw our own shadows to make this look a little bit more alive. So for now, go ahead and save your file, and we're going to work on the fuller and the runes, and then we're going to really go into the rest of the detail after that.